So, in the last video we made this stainless exhaust. Now that it's fitted, I've come along with the square and marked where each side of the pipe is in relation to this, and how far down it comes from the top edge to there and also to the bottom. So now we can transfer those measurements onto this piece and then cut a hole about here somewhere. So I'm going to take the exhaust off now, bolt this panel back on, and then mark where the hole is going to be. That's located where it needs to be, so now I will just put some marks down, take it off, make a hole. Alright, I've got a position, so now I'm just going to put the hole saw straight through there and then open it out with the die grinder, and then we can fit the pipe and see how it looks. It's going to have to be a little bit of clearance around it, so I might go a slightly larger hole saw to start with, but we'll see how it looks. So I've got the hole taken out to size, so just got to fit everything to the chassis with the exhaust and make sure that it's all going to line up and have a nice clearance around it, because the exhaust will be getting hot and I don't really want it to burn the paint if possible. That's fairly neat. It's got a nice gap all the way around. So with that sitting in as good as it does, I reckon it's time to start putting some panels on this. So what that means is stripping everything back again. On second thought, instead of welding these on, I'm going to finish making the panel that goes in here and more templates. Alright, you've probably seen enough CAD templating, so I'm just going to, well, And well, that looks pretty good. Let's try one more. There we go. Needs a few little tweaks to get it just right. I've got to cut the hole down here for the steering column to come through, and the wiring loom. So I put the bearing block in the bottom that the steering column goes through, and I marked out the arch in there, and then I cut it out on the steel one, and that fits really nicely. I even put the screw holes in. So I think all I'm going to do now is just make a nice little cover piece that goes over that top arch, just to make it look a little nicer, make it look finished. So I cut the arch out. This is just a test piece I had that I sprayed it with the weld through primer, hence the colouring. So just wrap that around a bit of pipe and then flex it out so it's the right size to fit. Just going to put him in there somewhere like that, put a mark around that, cut it to size, and then weld it on. Should be good. Hey, also test it before I put it on. Something like that. So then that'll just be two pieces, kind of like that. So that will get tacked onto there, test fitted, and if it works, then fully welded. Well, that fits, but I don't want to have to pull the motor out every time I need to take a look at the electricals, so just going to trim that back a little bit and we should be good. So that's all come out really nice now, so very happy with that. Panel all fits well, so that's good. Now I'm going to plug these holes and I'm going to mount the coil on the engine mount up closer to the spark plug, because, well, to put the coil up here I've got to put another big hole somewhere for the wiring to go through. I don't really want it to run all the way down and around into there. It'll look messy. If I just mount it on the engine cradle, it'll be a lot cleaner under here. So that's going to happen. Now, so I put a little bracket on the chassis here and another riv nut so that I can put the master cylinder reservoir up here. So that'll just come straight down into the master cylinder, so perfect. Now that I've got that, I've got all the brake lines, so I can tick that off the list. Alright, now the next logical step would be, well, the floor on, I think. So in order to do that, I'm going to flip the chassis over, and this beam here where I welded the center console on, well, seems to have bent a little bit with the heat, so I've got to flip it over, use my micro adjustment tool to persuade it back into shape. Just this section. Micro adjustment tool sorted. So now all that's left is go over, check every single joint, make sure that they're all welded, and after I've done that, go over and then linish everything within an inch of its life. And then after that, paint. So, welder, then grinder. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that that's as ready as it's going to get. So, just going to go over a bit of it with some sandpaper, like these bars, bit of the center console, and then paint. So we're going to etch prime everything.
Invincible.
Well, there you have it. All painted in maroon.
That's it for this video. As always, customize everything.